Hello everyone, welcome back to the Blockman editor tutorial. In these videos, we will give you a complete introduction to the Blockman editor. This video will take you through a brief look at the functional areas and basic operations of the editor. The editor window is divided into a total of 6 views, which are Scene Window, Game Components, Top Menu Bar, Properties View, Game Resources, Assets. We can drag the views other than the Scene Window and the Top Menu Bar, adjust their positions and arrange the layout to your preference. If you accidentally close a view, you can click on the menu option buttons in the upper left corner of the editor. Select the view, find the view you closed, and open it again. Next, we will go through some operations to briefly introduce the above view areas. First, the Scene Window. The Scene Window shows our game scene. We can adjust its display aspect ratio and mode through the aspect ratio menu in the upper right corner of the Scene Window. The 4 number ratios correspond to different display proportions. If the fill mode is selected, Scene Window will fill all the remaining space of the interface. Then there is the Game Components. We can use the various components to design our game scenarios. There are 2 types of game components, block style, and parts and terrain style, corresponds to voxel grassland and Aryan template, respectively. The difference between them is that one has block components, and the other has parts, terrain and component library. Let's click on the part component. We can see the shape and texture appear at the bottom for us to choose. Let's drag a cube into the scene. At this point, you'll notice some changes to the properties view. The contents of the current properties view are properties of this cube. We can change the state and properties of the selected part by directly modifying their contents. For example, adjust its position, toward, size, etc. We can also use the options of Move, Rotate, and scale the top menu bar to achieve the corresponding operations. We can also adjust the entity distance when it moves, and the entity angle when it rotates by setting the division value. When the division value is at its minimum value, the movement or rotation can be considered as in a free operation state, not controlled by the specific value of the division value. You can see that there is an additional thing called part here. It is the cube in the scene. All component elements of the game scene are listed in the Game Resources view. We can change the name of a component to distinguish it from other components. When there are many components in the scene, the Game Resources view can be used to quickly locate or search for the components we need. As for the Assets view, it is like a warehouse. All the assets we use in the game, such as models, textures, sound effects, UI, particles, etc. can be found in here. Click on the New button to create a new folder to store assets. You can also create new actors, UI, effects and atlas. Clicking on the Import button will allow us to import assets we need into the game from an external source. For example, we can import our favorite music as the game background music. Click the Store button to open the editor's store interface. Here you can download pre-designed models and use them in our games. Let's now look at the top menu bar. When we are not satisfied with the editing result of the game scene, or when there is a mistake, you can click on the Undo button to undo the mistake. The Redo button is the opposite of undo and restores the undone action. After editing the scene, remember to click Save, then the Save Successfully pop-up window will appear in the bottom right corner. If the editor is closed without saving, it will ask you whether to save or not. Click on the game settings to set and adjust the basic content of the game. For example, modify the spawn position of the actors, increase or decrease the number of players, etc. When we have implemented a function and want to see its effect, we can click the Run button. This will allow us to run the game. There is also a drop-down menu to the right of the Run button. Click on it to select the number of players entering the game. That's all for this video. We hope it can help you on your way to a great creator. If you want to know more about the editor, you can comment below the video or post on the official forum. See you in the next video.